again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead.
So welcome to today's edition of Unity Trend on Unity 93.3 FM. Today happens to be Friday. And Jamaat Mubarak to my dear listener and viewer. This lovely Friday morning is the 27th day in the month of September, the year 2024. Eji Adamu is my name, your regular anchor, and I'm happy to be here this morning because you are there listening and following and being a part of the conversation. Without waste of time, I have in the studio the very man who would always give me the confidence to continue even on this platform. To my right is Professor Pavano H. Bamayi, and he's coming away as usual with nothing less than a big good morning. So stay tuned and enjoy it.
A big good morning, viewers and listeners around the world. Suda Makan, have you eaten? Could be Suda Makan.
Oh, Suda, I wish. Suda.
And Barista. So,
all right.
It's a beautiful morning here from the hills of ZINARIYA, Jos City, Nigeria.
Yes.
In your own place, maybe it's afternoon or evening, whatever the time is, it's a beautiful day. And for Muslim faithfuls around the world, it's a day of prayer, a day of meditation. And so we say Jumaat Mubarak to all Muslim faithfuls around the world. Today is 27th September 2024. How far so far have you gone with your goals, your dreams, your objectives for 2024? The book you said you will write, have you finished writing it? What about the overseas trip? What about the house you said you were going to build? How far so far have you gone? What about the new certificate? The new trade, the new skill you wanted to acquire? What about that pending project that has been there for years? And you said 2024, I must complete it. Remember, your goals and objectives must be SMART. That means specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Of course, resistance will be on the way, but your persistence will break every resistance. Yes, you feel like giving up, but don't give up. Winners don't quit. Quitters don't win. Yes, sometimes things might get so tough, you don't know what to do. Tough times never last. It is tough people that do. You may try and you fail. Keep trying. Failure is the other side of the coin that is called success. And failure is not fatal. And success is not final. It is the courage to continue that really counts. I encourage you to make a difference in somebody's life today. And make today count positively in your life and in somebody's life. No matter your environment, no matter the things that are around you. Keep soldiering on. Keep pushing on. Keep moving on. Don't you dare give up. Because the world is waiting to see what you've got inside of you. I encourage you today, as always, go out there and be the change that you want to see in the world.
Thank you so much, dear listener and viewer. Today's edition of Unity Trend promises to be very, very interesting as always. And so, this morning Ginger comes your way every weekday, Mondays to Fridays, and once it is 8 o'clock, we start and make sure that we get to encourage ourselves. If you want to be part of it, I would really be happy to have you join us every weekday, Mondays to Fridays. And in the studio again, this morning is Barrister Paul Zaruma, a just best legal practitioner. He too is coming your way with another big good morning.
This is another beautiful morning. In Jos it's about 29 degrees Celsius, a beautiful sunny morning and peaceful also. I don't know how the weather is over there. Thank you for having me here once again.
All right, that's lovely. So let's just continue, dear listener. What we do here is the first segment of Unity Trend of the week is review, where we get to look at issues as we have them trending Okay, so that's what we'll do even this morning. And we are streaming live on Facebook. You may want to join us on our Facebook page at Unity Radio FM/TV Jaws. That's it. Throw your comments. I'll read them just when the time comes in. For our WhatsApp channel, you still go there at Unity Radio FM/TV Jaws. Connect with us. Okay, let's just begin without waste of time.
Before I forget, could be today is World Tourism Day.
Exactly.
And so all over the world, today is being celebrated as the World Tourism Day. This celebration started since 1980 for about 44 years. On the 27th of September, every year, there is a celebration about tourism. And here on the plateau, we have every reason to celebrate the World Tourism Day because we are the home of peace and tourism. Nigeria receives on the average about 500,000 tourists every year. Most of them come on religious tourism because there is either one program, international conference, or the other going on, mostly in the southern part of the country. But we have the potential to be maybe the tourism headquarters in Africa. Plateau State has a lot of potentials for tourism. In fact, left to me, Plateau State should be realizing at the minimum 1 billion naira every month from tourism. But you know, the other day I took a look at the Jos Museum and Zoo. I went round and I lamented in my heart the wasted potentials. Countries that don't have what we have are getting millions of tourists every year. Uganda, Malaysia, these are our contemporaries, have millions of tourists every year. We were talking about barely 500,000, sometimes it even drops. But these nations have millions of tourists coming every year, and that is billions in dollars for the economy of those nations. Plateau State alone has the potential to be the headquarters of tourism in Nigeria and has the potential to generate enough income from tourism that can even service the government without us having to go to Abuja every time and be waiting for peanuts or begging or waiting for an allocation. So on this World Tourism Day, we hope that the state government and the federal government can harness our tourist potentials and maximize them so that tourism can become a major contributor to our GDP.
That's lovely, and today, God's willing, we are looking forward to having the studio of Unity 93.2 FM, Honorable Ibrahim Musa Shams, the Commissioner for Information and Communication, and again, the Interim Commissioner of the Ministry of Tourism, joining us in the next segment of Unity Trend this morning. So, the issues we have, the FCT Muslim Pilgrims Welfare Board has begun registration of intending pilgrims for the 2025 Hajj. Chief Justice Kekere Ekons to swear in 87 new son. Bill to allow independent candidates compete elections passes first reading. Okay, the House of Representatives on Thursday passed a bill amending the 1999 constitutions for first reading. Okay, new minimum wage. Nigerian government begins payment to civil servants. Bobrisky, Nigerian government suspends prison officers. Okay, and on sad note, the First Lady, according to Daily Post, actually, the First Lady of Akwai State, Patience Umo Eno, is dead. We can begin from a sad one.
To at least extend condolences to Pastor Umo Eno, the governor of Akwai State, and the good people of Akwai State. One of them was here some time ago, Dr. Unanam, Saturday, ASEAN, to talk about his state and the potentials of his state. Our heart goes out to the family and the people of Akwai State, and indeed the entire country. It's not an easy thing to lose a loved one. Pastor Mrs. Patience Umueno, we're told that died in the presence of her family members peacefully. I think it was yesterday or so. And we want to pray, may her soul rest in peace. And we pray that God will comfort the family of Pastor Mrs. Patience Umueno, and indeed the good people of Akwai State. Life at best is very brief, so this is the way of all the art. 100 years ago, none of us was here on earth. 100 years from now, none of us will be here. The world is a stage, and all of us are players. We come and we play our own part, and then we leave. I'm happy that she supported her husband, and he's doing fantastically well in Akwai Ibom State. If you go to Akwai Ibom State, you will know that they indeed have a governor.
Oh, that's lovely. We again and again, on this platform, we will not relent in extending our condolences to as many as are bereaved. We use this as a point of contact to even to dear listener or viewer who is bereaved, and saying our condolences to you all. I'm in a hurry to want to start talking about passing the bill to allow people, independent candidates, to vie for any political office.
It looks as if you want to, you're warming up to contest. Right?
There has been a call for you and Barrister to be in, and it's like you're delaying. Maybe I should just
having an independent candidate in Nigeria is not, our democracy is not ripe for an independent candidate because of the expenses involved in prosecuting election. When the Labour Party was trending, the Labour Party came in last year's election as the third force. So many people say they lack structure, and then some people undermine this issue of structure. And actually, the issue of structure came to play in the election because some people argued that in places like Sokoto, in places like KB State, in places you will go to some polling unit, you don't even have a Labour Party agent. And when you don't have the presence of an agent in such polling unit, anything can happen. And just anything can happen against your interest because you don't have a representative there. You don't have somebody that will check. So there are so many, more than 1 million polling units that you don't have a polling unit agent. You see, it's a great setback. So just imagine if a political party that have a group of people could have such issues. You will just wonder if a single person will just come up and then begin to nominate people. Political party have a structure. They have state structure. They have national structure. They also have a zonal structure. You will see a structure in North Central, a structure in Southeast, a structure in Southwest. Then when you come down again in the state, you will have a senatorial district structure. You will have a chairman in a particular senatorial district. You will have also a chairman in local government. Then you will also have ward chairman. And recently, APC also introduced polling unit leaders whom they call canvassers during the 2015 election. And that really helped APC a great deal in winning election in 2015 by introducing polling unit ESCO as canvassers. So you can see that independent candidacy is a very, very Herculean task. It's very difficult, even in places that practices mostly it just exists on paper. It doesn't exist in reality. You hardly see an independent candidate becoming the president of a country. Of course, independent candidacy can work perhaps in a councillorship election. What I'm telling you is going to be extremely difficult. And then apart from that, politics is very expensive. So you will also need resources. If it is a political party, there are donors that will come and donate. It is an organized structure. You will have donors. Even for some NGOs used to donate. Some international organizations used to donate to support political parties. So at times, even INEC used to come up with something to support political parties. So you can see that if you have an independent candidate, it's going to be very difficult in terms of sponsorship. It's going to be very difficult in terms of taking the structure down to the trend.
You're making it very broad, and I'm seeing how very unrealistic this can be to have an independent candidate vying for all these Except, like you pointed out, Barrister, if it's a councillor, maybe yes, because it deals with the grassroots directly, the electorate themselves in person. So maybe that there you can have it. In the US, no independent candidate has ever become president or vice president, or even governor, I think. But in the National Assembly, their Senate. The Senate and the House of Representatives, because we're imitating them, I think they have had one or two success stories of independent candidates. So it's a Herculean task, like Barrister Zaruma has pointed out, but it's part of democracy. If the bill scales through, it has scaled through the first reading. If it scales through the second and the third and then comes into play, why not? People can jump into the ring and try their luck. I remember in the last election, somebody was telling me that he wants to contest for the presidency as an independent candidate. I said, it doesn't exist in the Constitution. How are you going to do it? Yes, it doesn't exist. Maybe if it had existed, the person would have tried his luck, and then some people would have enjoyed his money also. Those who want to try can give it a trial and see, but history tells us that it's extremely difficult. Okay, so we should have a constitutional provision to allow for this.
Yeah, but constitutional provision can allow for that. You know, it is a litmus test. Let's have a trial and see its possibility. But for councillorship, we have seen councillorship coming up, councillorship candidate coming up from a non-existent political party, or can I say a near non-existent political party, and clenching the ticket because the grassroots say, we want this person. You know, even the present Speaker of Plateau State House of Assembly have a similar story. The youth were agitating for him. He came through the Labour Party, but I say Labour Party, APC. The power that be in APC were not comfortable with him, but he knew that he had the popularity and he had the support of the grassroots behind him. He moved to the YPP, because there were a lot of landmines on the road for him in APC. He moved to the YPP, and then he claimed, and the YPP, he claimed the ticket. So if he had opportunity to be an independent party candidate, he would have also and clenched the ticket. And you know, another difficulty with independent candidacy is that when you come to the House, it will be extremely difficult for you to either become a principal member or even the Speaker of the House, except if by luck or certain circumstances
like we have
that we have here. You know, but if not, you know, the major political parties, they will take the majority leader, the minority leader, and what have you, and then the independent candidates will have no place to stay. He will either be a floor member. So it has a lot of intricacies. It is also possible, but you know, it's a litmus test. Let's give it a trial and see how it works.
Should we now go to the issue of new minimum wage? Nigerian government begins payments to civil servants.
Well, they said they will start payment this month, September. The new minimum wage of 70,000. On social media, we've seen the calculations of the new minimum wage, consequential, you know, adjustments, how it is going to be. We're yet to see it physically manifest, and they said this month, the National Income, Salaries and Wages Commission has confirmed that they will start paying in this month of September. Well, we don't know whether it will come with arrears, because it is supposed to have some arrears of the months that have passed already. So we just maybe wait prayerfully and see how it goes. But like we've been saying, this is not the solution to Nigeria's problems. Inflation has skyrocketed since the time it was approved. Just between the time this matter of minimum wage was approved to now, prices have gone up. So it is like giving the money with the right hand, collecting it back with the left hand. So Nigerians don't really have anything to celebrate. And more so that majority of Nigerians are not even government employees. So the private sector controls the larger majority by far of Nigerians. So minimum wage implementation, let it come into effect. It will help maybe a small percentage of Nigerians, while the vast ocean of Nigerians will not really be positively impacted because of hyperinflation, galloping inflation, skyrocketing inflation that has taken place just this year alone.
Okay, we don't have much time, and it's weekend. This is the last edition for this week for us on this platform as Unity Trend, and I'm sure we'll be having lots of activities, occasions by the weekend. So why don't we just update and then get to inform our listeners?
Like tomorrow is World Rabies Day. We will not be here on air. Viewers and listeners, if you're on the plateau, you can come and celebrate and find out why we celebrate the World Rabies Day. Rabies is almost 100% fatal once somebody shows the symptoms from a dog bite. So come to the Faculty of Veterinary Medicine tomorrow at 12 noon. We'll be discussing a lot of things. First, we have an expert that will talk about poultry, how to keep poultry, how to benefit from poultry. One of my friends makes 2 times his salary every month from poultry. So he doesn't need the salary because he's making twice his own salary, by just keeping birds. So tomorrow we have an expert that will discuss about poultry at 12 noon at the Faculty of Veterinary Medicine, University of Jos, at the permanent side. And then we'll make some comments about the World Rabies Day that is celebrated on 28th of September every year. So please spare time, 12 noon tomorrow, Faculty of Veterinary Medicine, University of Jos, permanent side. And could be tomorrow, maybe the whole Honorable Commissioner will discuss that. The PLATEAU will have a mock election. And this will involve 6 local government areas.
Yes.
I hope that he will comment about it.
Oh, that's lovely. Barrister, of course, it's weekend.
Court sentence of bank robbers to death. Justice Halima Salma of Kwara State High Court has found 5 men involved in the offer robbery guilty of illegal possession of firearms, armed robbery, and culpable homicides. In a judgment delivered on the September 26th, the judge held that these offenses are punishable by death. Recall that the suspects stormed a bank in Offa on April 5th, 2018, and in the course of carrying out their criminal activity, killed 30 persons. 6 suspects, including a police officer, Michael Adiku, now deceased, Ayode Akimbosun, Aziz Salahuddin, Ni Ogundiran, Ibikunle Ogunleye, and Adeola Abraham were arrested and convicted in connection with the bloody bank robbery. It was one of the bloody bank robbery in the history of this country. 30 people were killed in that incident, which is quite unfortunate. I think they would deserve that death sentence. Unfortunately, it is recorded that most governors doesn't sign the death sentence to most of people that deserve it. And with this incidents of jailbreak, most condemned criminals are escaping and returning back to the society and committing further crimes. I don't know, this sanctimoniosity or unnecessary morality is making a lot of governors
fear.
Not to sign a death sentence on these criminals, and it's not really doing well and doing good. So many of them have been escaping because once there is a jailbreak, the first people that want to escape are those in the death row, because they know that they don't have any hope there. They only also for them staying or even dying in the course of escaping is even better for them than to stay in prison perpetually. And then one of the areas that, like I keep saying, that will also decongest the prison is to those that deserve to die, particularly those that are in death sentence, should be sentenced to death so that they will further decongest the prisons. I am not an advocate of prison decongestion unnecessarily. Yes, I am an advocate that we should build more prisons because the prisons that we have are not enough. And then lastly, yesterday, Nigerian Bar Association had its monthly meeting, chaired by Barrister Morgan Dung in the absence of the chairman. The meeting was well attended, and then 2 of our sons were celebrated in that meeting. Barrister Ganyahaya Z, a former Labour candidate, he has been appointed. He's one of the son designates, and then our barrister Kekemeke is also another San Digne that will be sworn in on the 30th. In that meeting, so many committees were adopted, and then the Law Week committee also submitted their report, and the report was eventually adopted.
All right, thank you so much, dear listener and viewer. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead. How's your taxpayer mansion? How was your...
Are you bored and need some company? Get a TV experience like no other on Unity TV. We are turning up the hits with captivating TV shows, electrifying political programs, music, movies, and lots more that will leave you craving. I'm sure you want to know more. Tune into Unity TV today and let the excitement take over.
Please pay attention. It starts from the foundation. Everybody needs somebody. You turn a blind eye and care nothing less. Say it's just business, all about the money. You are so unbothered as long as they pay. Say it's just business, all about the money. You know they're on a fast lane, but you've got business to run. So you look away the other way.
It concerns you. It a kill love, it a kill dreams. It a land people for jail. War against drug abuse.
Get ready to be entertained and inspired by the incredible stories around the globe. Don't miss out on the excitement. Hello at Work is an ultimate TV program that brings to you the interesting stories and daily happenings worldwide. Join us Mondays and Thursdays 10 a.m. as we dive into the daily happenings and stories. Tune in and stay. Say hello to the world as you bring in your ideas, as it is a perfect blend of entertainment and information. Get ready to stay up to date while being entertained.
I was the head boy in my primary school, senior prefect and best graduating student in my secondary school, but drug abuse almost ruined my life.
I was on an average of 2 grams of cocaine per day.
I was taking 8 ampoules of pentazosine daily.
European shisha, cocaine.
I became a user, a dealer, and a gangster.
I saw other users drowning. I knew I didn't want to be like them, but I was already trapped.
My family disowned me.
My employment was terminated.
I sold my car, sold my house. I'll go out well-dressed and return shoeless, shirtless in exchange for drugs.
I was seeing things that were not real, and I once stabbed myself because I felt something crawling under my skin.
I contacted NDLEA and started therapy.
I spent 3 months in therapy.
I spent 8 months.
It's easy to relapse, but your mind has to be stronger than the cravings.
Drugs does not love you. You are not the one using drugs. Drugs are the one using you. Say no to drug abuse.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the worrisome increase in the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The FSRCC and NBC hereby advises the general public to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Make sure to verify the licensing status of such companies and schemes on this website. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call 0700 225 5226, 0800 225 5226, or +234 817 665 6273. Let's work together to uphold the integrity of Nigeria's financial system. Announcer, FSRCC.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to say welcome back. Well, in case you are just joining us, this is Unity Train on Unity 93.3 FM. Today happens to be the last edition of Unity Train for this very week. Today happens to be Friday, the 27th day in the month of September, the year 2024. Jamaat Mubarak to a dear Muslim listener and viewer, Jamaat Kareem. And of course, this is the second segment, and we are going to be discussing issues that borders around tourism and peace, as we expect the coming in to the studio of Honorable Commissioner for Information and Communication. Before then, these are some of the headlines that we have been able to put up together for your listening delight. Bobrisky, Nigerian government suspends prisons officers. Okay, civil servants under the federal government's payroll will start receiving the new minimum wage payments from Thursday, the 26th of September. Okay. It's good news there, but will it be able to solve the problems that people have been through in this country, looking at inflations here and there, left, right, and center? Okay. And another one here says the House of Representatives on Thursday passed a bill amending the 1999 Constitution for first reading. The proposed law is titled A Bill for an Act to alter the provisions of the Constitutions of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to allow for the participations of candidates who are not sponsored by political parties in the presidential, governorship, national assemblies, and even local government councils, chairmen, and as well as councillors as well. So, of course, earlier on at the review segment, Barrister Paul Saruma, alongside Professor Provena H. Bamayi, made it clear that, yes, even it's a good thing, and it's something we look forward to have, but then it won't be easy for an individual, an independent candidate to be able to scale through, because the political party system that we have, there's a structure that works, and it has been helping and clinching or winning certain political offices or thereabout. But then, if you would be there as an individual, an independent candidate, would you be able to scale through? So that's the big question to you, dear listener. And again, we have just gone through the issue of Chief Justice Kekere Ekun to swear in 87 new son. And we have one of us, we have a few of ours from PLATEAU to also be celebrated in this regard. So we've also looked at the issue of the FCT Muslim Pilgrims Welfare Board has begun registrations of intending pilgrims for the 2025 Hajj. Okay, another one here, it's still about Bobrisky and lots more. With this, I hope that you would find a wonderful time with us in the studio even this morning. Don't forget, today it's World Tourism Day, and the focus is about tourism and peace. Tourism and peace. And for us in PLATEAU, interestingly, we are home of peace and tourism. So the discussion centers around what we ought to do as a people and as a state to improve anything and everything that has to do with tourism. And we have all it takes to make a PLATEAU state world, center tourism and, of course, peace. I don't like it when people talk about Plateau and the image we have outside it, but that was then. The narrative has changed drastically, and that is why for us on this platform, we find it worthy to continue. Every now and then, talk about the need for us to continue to be deliberate in our efforts to bring about a sustainable, peaceful coexistence. So, you need tolerance. Okay, so that is it. And right now, even as we keep hoping and trusting that our guest gets to come, let's just talk about what you observe and what you've seen as a tourist potential on the plateau. Earlier on this platform, Professor Paveno H. Bamayi talked about him visiting the Jos Wildlife Park and also the museum. Okay, there are things there. What have you observed? Is there anything you love to draw attention to? The studio line is booting actually, and just so you can also celebrate this day, focus on tourism and peace. Tourism and peace. So what is expected of you as an individual, as a plateau person? What is expected of the government to do in order to harness this potential to bring about what is a wow, no less than a wow for tourism? Of course, we have people who, in terms of weather, for us, we already have it, and it's God's given. God has so given us this. You have mineral resources as well. So all of these things that attracts people who want to come from far and near to be part of us in terms of tourism. So the studio line is 0703235315 in case you want to be part of Unity trend this morning. And we are streaming live on Facebook. You can already get to begin to throw your comments there to Unity Radio FM/TV Jos. And if you call, just tell me your name and location. In 1 minute, let's hear what you have to say concerning tourism and peace for us in Plateau State, Nigeria. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Fine, Sanu. All right, he's been trying he chose to speak HAUSA there. That was not bad. That was not bad. It's just that basically how I wish we prefer that it should be English caller. Okay, so if you call 070-3235-3315 is the studio line for you to be part of Unity Trend even this morning. In 1 minute, tourism and peace for us in Plateau. Hello. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Majira.
Oh, mine. Okay. This one is coming from Joseph Sani Zaruma. Okay, I've received your text message. Hello, good morning. Thank you so much for calling. Your name? Hello? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for calling.
Hello?
Hello, good morning. You are live on air.
Good morning, Kobe.
Thank you so much. Your name?
How are you on the professor?
We are all fine. Thank you. Your name, please.
We are really happy with your programs and as well as the general public. We are really happy and we wish you best in your future.
Thank you so much. What is your name, please?
That is my this morning.
What is your name? All right. That caller was just in a hurry to make his contributions, but then he forgot to tell us his name. Bless God, he was not there to say anything that is contrary to our desire to promote peaceful coexistence. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Okay, Sadiq Umar, it's good to have you.
Yeah, I want to comment and to mention that
Okay. Yes. Sadiq Umar was there to already start campaigning. He made it clear that the campaign has already started. So he was already saying that this is the political party that he would want you to vote. Okay, Sadiq Umar, you need to come and pay for that campaign. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Mr.
Thank you so much for calling.
The barrister in the studio,
You're welcome.
Hello, thank you very much.
Thank you for calling, sir. Yes. All right, Mr. Adewumi, let's have you.
When we talk about tourism, you will see that Plateau State is home of peace and tourism.
Home of peace and tourism.
It has a reason. And if you come around Plateau State, you will see that there is a tourism. And there are a lot of tourist attraction centers. And the major thing now is this. The government patronizing to see that it improves the tourist, our tourist attraction areas. You see, the major thing that bothers me in this nation is that the major places that are supposed to be tourist attraction, where people are there for sightseeing, and you can move around, travel, and enjoy, have become hideouts for terrorists.
Yes.
You understand? So, the major places that are supposed to be tourist attraction centers, some areas have been abandoned, they have been dilapidated. So it is now an opportunity for security for terrorists and bandits and kidnappers to even use it as hideouts.
Yes.
You understand?
Okay.
There are a lot of things that need to be done and utilized. I think it's right time. I know the governor we have, Barrister Caleb Mufan, we do more. Because you see, when you look at our wildlife park, when you go to the wildlife park, you see some dilapidated things. And if you go to other places, coming to see some mountains and rocks around the waterfalls on the plateau.
Yes.
Which can also generate money for the government. So it's right time that the government helps to do the needful by making our tourist centers look more beautiful. And you say always that the land should look greener and greener. How are we making it to look greener? When those places have been abandoned and a lot of terrorist kidnappers are using them as hideouts. So it's right time that we do the needful. Honestly speaking, we'll be happy. We know the governor will do it. So we know we have a listening governor. We think a lot of things can be.
Okay. Are you there?
And let me, hello?
Yes, okay.
And let me conclude by this. You see, there is no peace when there are no justice.
Okay.
Let's always ensure there is justice so that there will be peace. And as the election is approaching, those as Sadiq Umar has said, let's always be peaceful and do the needful. Thank you, and God continue to bless you for your video.
Thank you so much, Mr. Adewumi. Okay, tourist attraction, places that you would have people coming from far and near just to come see, have been turned into hideouts for people who are bent to committing crimes. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Steve.
Thank you so much.
Good morning, Prof. And the barrister in the house.
You are welcome, sir.
Okay, my brother, what I want to say is, like this stage here, I have a lot of something that can generate money, like tourism.
Yes.
You see, when you do something like this, Lamingo,
yes,
close NDLA, you see a lot of things like, if I want to travel to Lagos, you see the phase 2, making phase 1, that beach, all those new beach. When you see them, you must say to this Lamingo.
Okay.
But I pray that the government will look into it and convert that place to become a tourism place so that it will fetch a lot of Then another one, when you go to the Gold Station, you see a lot of tourism that can generate money. You know, Maraban Jama, a lot of things. But you know, it's just because of lack of bad government that is doing us. Otherwise, Plateau doesn't need to go to taking money or asking for money. The only money we are getting for here can feed even the state of the country. So that is what I want to say this morning. Like when you are going to new trips now, you are in something like a 7-star or 1 hotel abandoned. All those things, if they complete it now, I think we become that state that can generate money in terms of tourism. May God bless you. Bless our country, Nigeria.
Amen. Thank you so much, Mr. Kingsley Barnabas, calling all the way from Terminus here in Jos, Plateau State, Nigeria. Dear listener and viewer, at this point, our guest is already seated in the studio, and so we will not take much time. We'll just go straight, because I'm sure he is loaded. He has a lot for us, and being the spokesperson in some regards by virtue of what God has so decided in a time as this. Okay, being Commissioner for Information and Communication, you see, once he's in the studio, he's a senior colleague, so he has a lot. So please, permit me to, at this point, let him say a very big good morning, and we begin the conversations from there. Honorable Commissioner, sir.
Before I say good morning, I'd like to apologize for coming late. I had to flag off a skating competition at Old Airport Roundabout, where young people, middle-aged and adults are involved in competition to mark the World Tourism Day. Good morning, great people of Plateau State. Happy World Tourism Day 2024, which is tagged Tourism and Peace. And you know we are the home of peace and tourism, so this is our day.
Is actually
coincidentally, this is our day. And I want to say thank you for trusting us with the mandate to lead Plateau State. That is via the mandate that His Excellency Barrister Caleb Manasseh Muftuang enjoys. So a very good morning to Plateau people.
All right, being the interim commissioner of the Ministry of Tourism as well, so you are the #1 person in there to tell us about the ministry, and of course not just about the day. The day for us, like you have established already, we are home of peace and tourism. And the tourism, World Tourism Day has it for a focus or a theme as tourism and peace. So what is the connection between tourism and peace for us on the plateau?
First, if you do not have peace, all the tourist sites you have, all the tourism potentials you have will not be explored. And people will not want to come to a place where their safety is not guaranteed. So peace and tourism work hand in hand. They are like a Siamese twins. So there is every need for people to understand and agree to live in peace with one another, for tourism to grow. You know, in last year, tourism contributed $27.9 billion to our GDP. And if you ask, what is Plateau's contribution in all of that? And you know, there is room for more to be done, more can be done. And first, when the people agree to live in peace with one another, all the tourism sites will be visited, and naturally the microeconomic activities of such communities will grow, thereby adding to the GDP of the country. So for example, if tourists come to, say, Lamingo and they lodge, so the owner of the hotel is going to get patronage, and when they eat food, the kitchen is going to get money, and the kitchen doesn't produce the food they eat. Like you come to Faringada or go to building materials to get vegetables.
Yes.
And then when you're doing that, you buy petroleum. When you go there, you may patronize other people. So when money revolves around, it makes the economy to grow, work stronger. So tourism is even more than the oil that we're all fighting for. Countries like Gambia, They don't have oil. All they have is tourism. People come from all over the world to enjoy it. And as a people, just yesterday, our governor signed a memorandum of understanding with Global Grain Development Group and NOAA Regent to promote moringa and other agri-products. You know, that's what you call agri-tourism. Okay. People go to farms to see the beauty of the plants. People go to ranches to see. In America, farms organize a trade fair where you come and see what they have and you learn new skills. So agribusiness can also do well on the plateau. If you go to Mangun, if you go to Miango, if you go to Barikelladi, if you go to Riom, if you go to Jos South, when you see our Irish potato, especially when it begins to grow these flowery plants, you will just be wowed.
It's like you remain there.
Yeah, it's fun, but it gives you beauty. People have never seen such things because as far as Nigeria is concerned, Plateau produces 40% of the Irish potato in Nigeria. But let me shock you. We have investors that have come and they even said our potato is not up to standard yet.
Okay, yet?
Yes, it's not up to standard yet. So they are investing in making our seedlings to become up to standard because I don't want to advertise ShopRite and other places. When they want to bring potato, they bring it all the way from South Africa.
Okay.
So it's a slap on our faces for us to have such. And you know, when you want to promote agri-business, you have to promote the implements, you have to make the environment safe. That is why not long ago we commissioned 100 motorbikes and majority of them were given to the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, the Agro Rangers. The Nigerian police only got 5 out of the 100. So it tells you that we are serious about agriculture. That is why the governor mobilized 85 tractors to go and farm for Plateau people for free, especially in communities that were displaced. So you see, we have through that program cultivated 6,000 hectares. When we came in, it was just 900 hectares. Now we have tripled it. We have heightened it to 6,000 hectares. So we are not going to go backward. By next year, I know it is going to be bigger than that. So we use the instrumentality of the ASTC and PADP to introduce our people to new farming techniques. Just yesterday, we signed an MOU again with the Commissioner of Agriculture, the SGS, the Chief of Staff, and the Program Manager for Special Agri Processing Zone, which the African Development Bank is going to invest on the plateau, the sum of $300 million. And that will go a long way in changing the economic narrative of Plateau State. And it comes with a lot of stuff. That alone is going to be a tourist site. And again, we used anchor investors. We didn't go abroad. We went to visit investors that are here on the plateau already to have an interface with them and sign MOU. Yesterday we had the Integrated Data Limited, IDL, the makers of Farm Fresh. We had the Grand Cereal, NASCO, Meishai, Lindsay Global. Lindsay Global is a coffee maker. She's from Plateau State, but she's based in Lagos. She is over 42 countries and counting. So we thought we should bring her back home. We also have Shagaya Farms, owned by Sim Shagaya, the owner of Miva University, the owner of U-Lessons, the owner of Konga. So we are doing all of these things to bring Plateau sons and Plateau investors to come and see what we can do for our state. So the governor is trying to make the ambience friendly, so that we will have all of these things. Like I told you, we are trying to show what we can do as a state. This morning we kicked off the skating competition, and as I was coming, I saw the Plateau State Cultural Troupe by Secretariat Roundabout, arranging the place so that you see our wonderful dances even as you pass on the street. And at Hills, Shirye Hills, you find the Afizeri Asharua dancers dancing. When you go to the Jos Museum, you find the Birom dancers there. And when you go to, at the end of the day, we're going to meet at Wildlife Park, where we're going to have different dances. Creatives are going to come. We've invited the Performing Musician Association of Nigeria Plateau State Chapter. And by 3 o'clock, we're going to be in Tudunwada. I think the place is called Hill Grill, number 1 Onoja Drive, around Mining Gate. 3 o'clock, all creatives, content creators, photographers, food vendors, and everybody that is within the tourism and hospitality sector are going to convert to have an interface and intercourse intellectually.
So it simply means that we're going to be having a day full of activities just to showcase what we have as Plateau people. Okay, it's time, Commissioner. We'll go on a short break now. When we come back, you'll be telling us how much you are aware about the tourist potentials that we have on the plateau. Stay tuned. We'll be right back, our dear listener.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead. How's your taxpayer mansion? How was your...
Are you bored and need some company? Get a TV experience like no other on Unity TV. We are turning up the hits with captivating TV shows, electrifying political programs, music, movies, and lots more that will leave you craving. I'm sure you want to know more. Tune in to Unity TV today and let the excitement take over.
Please pay attention. It starts from the foundation. Everybody needs somebody. You turn a blind eye and care nothing less. Say it's just business, all about the money. You are so unbothered as long as they pay. Say it's just business, all about the money. You know they're on a fast lane, but you've got business to run. So you look away the other way.
It concerns you. It a kill dreams. It a land people for jail. War against drug abuse.
Get ready to be entertained and inspired by the incredible stories around the globe. Don't miss out on the excitement. Hello at Work is an ultimate TV program that brings to you the interesting stories and daily happenings worldwide. Join us Mondays and Thursdays 10 a.m. as we dive into the daily happenings and stories. Tune in and stay. Say hello to the world as you bring in your ideas, as it is a perfect blend of entertainment and information. Get ready to stay up to date while being entertained.
I was the head boy in my primary school, senior prefect and best graduating student in my secondary school, but drug abuse almost ruined my life.
I was on an average of 2 grams of cocaine per day.
I was taking 8 ampoules of pentazosine daily.
European shisha, cocaine.
I became a user, a dealer, and a gangster.
I saw other users drowning. I knew I didn't want to be like them, but I was already trapped.
My family disowned me.
My employment was terminated.
I sold my car, sold my house. I'll go out well dressed and return shoeless, shirtless in exchange for drugs.
I was seeing things that were not real, and I once stabbed myself because I felt something crawling under my skin.
I contacted NDLEA and started therapy.
I spent 3 months in therapy.
I spent 8 months.
It's easy to relapse, but your mind has to be stronger than the cravings.
Drugs does not love you. You are not the one using drugs. Drugs are the one using you. Say no to drug abuse.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the worrisome increase in the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The FSRCC and NBC hereby advises the general public to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Make sure to verify the licensing status of such companies and schemes on this website. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call 0700 225 5226, 0800 225 5226, or +234 817 665 6273. Let's work together to uphold the integrity of Nigeria's financial system. Announcer, FSRCC.
Unity. Unity TV.
Mr. Politician.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad to say welcome back. This is Unity Trend on Unity 93.3 FM, and today happens to be Friday, the last edition for it this week. And Jamaat Mubarak to our dear listener and viewer. Okay, Ija the Muriment's my name. You can call me Kubi, and I'll be just defined. Well, in case you're just joining us in the studio, it has been Honorable Commissioner Ibrahim Musa Ashams, the Commissioner for Information and Communication, and the Interim Commissioner of the Ministry of Tourism. And today is World Tourism Day, and the focus is on tourism and peace. For us on the plateau, it is not just saying that we are home of peace and tourism. We truly are. And so I'll just let the Commissioner to say one or two things, some of the packages he has for us, being Commissioner for Information. And again, on this wonderful World Day, it happens to be our day on the plateau. So I'll just let him say one or two things. And then we would put on the studio line, and right ahead you begin to call, and we hear from you as well. Commissioner, earlier on before the break, I said we would love to hear how much Plateau State government is aware of tourist potential. Earlier on, again, one of our callers said tourist potentials, were turned into hideout for criminals. Not necessarily Plateau, yes, but Nigeria, considering insecurity for a very long time. So how much are you aware about what we have as potential?
We know that Plateau State is sitting on a gold mine when we want to talk about tourism, and our breathtaking landscapes, our rich cultural heritage, our distinctive weather, our hospitable people and tradition, and our mouth-watering cuisines are enough triggers for people to come here, are enough magnets for people to come here. So, and we know as a government, we realize that if you do not make the environment friendly, a lot of people will not come. And we've had we've had seasons of wrong narrative about Plateau. And I ask people, when you come here, you don't see anything happening, but when something happens, you hear the bad coverage that it gets. So we are happy that we've gone into a memorandum of understanding, a public-private partnership to fix Hill Station Hotel. You recall that not long ago we had a 7-point-something billion naira agreement to fix the hotel. We have given quit notice to people living in Plateau Hotel. And the thing that is left now is for us to cross the T's and dot the I's. Then we begin to work on Plateau Hotel. So you know that the hospitality industry, you must have 3-star or 5-star hotels so that when visitors come from all over the world, they can be housed. So the issue of accommodation very soon is going to be a thing of the past. And the sites that we used to have, for example, the Pandan Game Reserve in Kwanpan, the federal government is about to take over so that it will take off the stress that we go as a state. And it will interest to know that the agro-climatic resilience in semi-arid landscape, which is called ICRESAL, is a project financed by the World Bank, is fencing the Just Wildlife Park, so that we don't have the idea of lions escaping and they're being shot, or hyenas escaping. The next time it could be elephant escaping. So we've secured the place. If you go around there on your way to Dong, on your way to Rafiki, you'll see that work is ongoing. So as a government, we are doing things that will make our state great. And again, you know that in December, by the grace of God, we're going to have our Just Christmas Village, where we're going to have a Christmas village at the Just Amusement Park, even though the park is not amusing anymore. So we are going into a public-private partnership too. Not long ago, vandals came and stole the transformer in that environment. So those are the kind of things that shouldn't happen around the tourist sites. Imagine that you're making efforts to fix the place, somebody is making effort to come and vandalize or steal. So we are warning people that once you're caught, you're going to face the wrath of the law. So as a government, there are a lot of things that need attention. You cannot fix all of them, but we'll fix most of them. His Excellency Barrister Caleb Manasseh Muftuan has gone into a lot of talks. We're going to have the Just Christmas Choir. A committee has been set up. I think it's going to be a 3 or 4 days event. And we're going to have M.I. Abaga having his concert here in Jos, where musicians are going to be brought in from all over Nigeria. In fact, I don't know if it is Chocolate City or is another of his company. They are relocating from Lagos back to Jos. And we have such.
That is good news.
Yes, we have such. And again, We're going to have the Jos Food Festival. We're going to have the Jos Makeup Festival. We're going to have photographers hangout. We're going to have content creators hangout. You know, these are the little activities that keep the town buzzing. And, you know, we've worked on the transport system.
Yes.
You know, movement from one point to another helps.
We are witnesses.
We were at the Jos main market to have a feel of what our people are going through. We realized that even the 15 buses are not enough again.
Yes.
Like child's play.
They are not.
Like child's play. Sometimes we record 8,300 passengers. And it means that we've taken the cost of their transportation by half or more for 8,300 Plateau citizens. So it's a great thing where we have reported back to the governor with the general manager of the Plateau Express Service that there's a need for us to have more buses. Then private sector are even coming in. So we want to appreciate the private sector for what they're doing. Like today's skating competition was organized by, I've forgotten their name, sorry, please pardon me. Well, you need to have private sector players too, so because government cannot do everything. So, and the hospitality business, the tourism business has a lot of potentials, and we'll wait to explore them. You know, in India, for example, there is the Agri-Tourism Corporation, Development Corporation, where they focus only on agri-tourism. So we are studying all of that. And like I told you not long ago, we have entered a lot of my memorandum of understanding. And as a governor that is trusted globally, getting these people coming to Plateau is not an issue. Sometimes when they come with their robust ideas, I wonder where we can get land to give them. You hear people say they need 10,000 hectares. Like the production of coffee. We have a demonstration farm in Shen. And the MISALI is trying to plant 45 million seedlings of coffee. Fruit and Veggies is another company which is trying to see how they will improve our potato industry. They are doing what is called backward integration. They brought machines to process potato. At the end of the day, the market, the production of potato on the plateau was not enough. So they have to go into production too. So they are training farmers. Yesterday, we brought in farmers to have an interface with people who are also into wheat, so that they will learn how to produce wheat in commercial quantity, so that the world that is waiting to consume it will have enough from Plateau State. So a lot of new windows have been opened, a lot of new vistas are opening, and again, I know that under the leadership of His Excellency Barrister Caleb Manasseh Muftuan, Plateau people are going to experience tremendous development.
Oh, that's lovely. Okay, talking about our focus for today, tourism and peace. And again, Commissioner, what would you say concerning insecurity? How much has that dealt with, you know, our tourist potential on the plateau?
It has taken us steps back. It's like dancing macabre, one step forward, two steps backward. But the peace that we enjoy these days was not like this in the past. And if you check the presence of security on the plateau, you will see not long ago we caught people with a cache of ammunition along Naraguta. Not long ago in Bokos, 2 people too were arrested. So the security environment, the security community too has a role to play. And as individuals, there's no need for us to keep guns in our houses. We should be keeping books. We should be keeping, we should be having data to browse and know what is happening in the world. We should be contributing in the tourism potentials of Plateau State. You know, we have what we call culinary tourism. It's about food. On the plateau, chefs are going to come from all over Africa. The program is organized by chef mentors. They're going to come from all over Africa, and they are even going to go to our farms to get materials for cooking from the farm down to the kitchen. That is going to be holding next week. And you know, if we do not make the environment peaceful, they'll be scared. So when people come, they will be scared to go to the hinterlands. So we're saying there is a need for us to coexist peacefully. There's a need for us to cohabit. All the crises that we went through, what have they harvested? What has changed? Who has grown because of crisis? Who has made significant development because of crisis? There's a need for us to live and let live. There is a lot to enjoy on the plateau and in this country and in this life. There's no point fighting over nothing. So we need to synergize. If you check what happened during the Maulid celebration, people came out in their droves. Christians were passing Bauchi Road without anybody harassing them.
I was a witness.
Yes, and when people come to Plateau State, they can move freely without being harassed. So we want to help. We want you journalists to also help us change the ugly narrative. The narrative has changed, so you need to change it too. You know, when you continue to refer to 2001, that is 23 years. a child that was given birth to that time is a graduate already. Some of them are married and have children. So we have a new narrative, we have a new leader in town, we have a new governor, the land is green, the time is now for us to begin to give new narratives. The time is now for us to begin to say good things. The time is now for us to begin to do good things. The time is now for us to begin to think deep and invest in the growth of Plateau State.
So you made mention of we shouldn't be having guns in our houses.
We shouldn't.
But we should be having books. And
we're not an harmony. Yes.
So, what are you doing about having free data, especially at the bus stops? You're having a lot of them in town.
We are growing. We are growing. If you check, when we started with our buses, we are making governance to become e-governance. You know, you buy a card, you go to the Just Metro bus, you swipe it, and that's all. You don't have any dealings with physical cash. And again, you can watch and see where the buses are, real-time situation. So we are growing. It's a gradual process.
So
we are growing. You know, it takes money to do all of these things.
Yes,
and we are working hard to get all of these fundings. You need to know the number of counterpart fundings we've paid so that our water situation will improve. You need to know how much we've paid in counterpart funding so that our agricultural situation will improve. So as a government, under the leadership of His Excellency Mr. Caleb Manasseh Mutfwang, a lot is being done. I heard yesterday in one station that it's like we've slowed down. You don't work all the time. There are moments that you work mentally. There are moments that you work physically. This is season for mental work. As soon as the rains fizzle out, you will see physical work. That's how it is. We cannot use a lot of millions or billions to construct roads, and one rainfall will come and destroy it. So construction has a season. Development has a season. In the agricultural sector, subsector, you invest during plowing, during planting, and maybe harvest, and you hold on to see what you get out of it. So the investment is not all around the clock.
All the time.
All the time.
Okay, before I start picking calls right now, it's about, are you also referring to this Faringada road? Because that road is a nightmare, and we've been having calls.
It's not only Faringada that needs road. I'm from Zandi, there's no road.
Okay.
And Gwanjarawa, there's no road.
Faringada,
there is no road. Miango, there is no road. Kwampan, there is no road. Kanke, there is no road.
Commissioner, you are aware of these things?
Yes.
Yes, you're very aware.
No, we know, we are a government that goes down to the grassroots. We have people from the 17 local government. We have House of Assembly members. We have state executive councils. We have SA. Our governor was local government chairman. Even the road to Mangutu is not good. The Lantan North, Lantan South, plenty. Plateau has plethora of problems. You need to have a governor like Mr. Caleb Manasseh Mutfwang to reduce the problems. That's why we must be deep thinkers when it comes to choosing our leaders.
Be deliberate and
we must be deliberate about governance. We must have people that have Plateau at heart, people that are ready to tear and open their hearts in the interest of development. And by the grace of God, we have Barrister Caleb Manasseh Mutfwang. Our people should brace up. They will see development. In case you think we've done something, brace up.
Okay, Commissioner, will it be a surprise if I should tell you that someone told me that he witnessed that His Excellency, Barrister Caleb Manasseh Mutfwang, went to Faringada community just to see how bad their road is, so that he could influence that there should be construction.
But Barrister Caleb Manasseh Mutfwang does not believe in eye service. As a governor, sometimes he drives with his driver alone and go around the city to see what is happening. As I sit with you, there are days that I enter Kekena Pep. I don't take, what do you call it? I don't drive alone. I enter with other commuters to hear what they are saying, to feel what they are feeling. You know, it's not long that we belong to this society. It's not long that we are saying this was wrong, that was right, and all of that. So because we are on this seat today, it shouldn't be a panacea for us to begin to ignore or pretend like we don't know what is happening. We also belong to this community. We want to see it grow. We have our relations in all of these communities. Jos is begging for development. Have you been to Furaka? Have you been to Fudawa? Even in the township here, even not for the intervention by the governor, some of the roads have not been tarred. Since from the creation of Plateau State, they've never been tarred, even within the city center. Do you want to go to, is it Tudunwada?
There's no road actually.
Do you understand?
Yes.
There are a lot of places that are begging for attention. And as a government, we cannot do all of it. We'll do most of it.
At the same time, yes. All right, thank you. Dear listener and viewer, it's time for you to now join the conversation. 07032353315. I would plead with you that if you call, please just do well to stay within the time given to you, 50-something seconds. Let's have your name and locations. And again, remember, no name calling. Comments made on this platform and not in any way the position of Unity 93.3 FM. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Everybody in the house. Good morning, Honorable Commissioner.
Thank you.
Good morning.
This is Peter from Multiple.
All right, you have a minute. Let's go.
Thank you very much for everybody. Thank you, Honorable Sean. That's right. Proceeding before you become the Commissioner, you are here for us. Today, you are here for us. Thank you for mentioning Wanjarawa Road. I'll be targeting you. In fact, I cancelled the place I was supposed to this morning. To make sure that I ask you the question. Now, please, I'm begging to answer me this kind of a legal question. Wanjarawa Seningada, is it on the second phase of this thing after the end, or do we still have room upon road that they will do it for us? That's one. Two, I appreciate that government is doing. In fact, if you leave me alone,
yes,
even if you, that allegation they put on him that he bought a whatever million motor. Honestly speaking, since he is working and we are seeing his work, he is free to buy it. I will support him. I will carry my money to support him to buy that car. That person that is doing that, in fact, I don't know what to say.
Thank you.
But he is trying for us. He is doing it.
All right.
I beg and I beg and I beg. I keep begging. Our road is terribly bad. Leg is spoiled. Keke is spoiled. Motor is spoiled. Even car. We could have pity us for that.
Even your feet are spoiled. Thank you. Thank you, Obitex. 07032352215 and on Facebook at Unity Radio FM/TV. Just text messages 0808-478-9999. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling. Okay, your name? Of course, Adewumi, it's you. Let's have you.
Hello.
Yes.
I just want to play with the honorable, please. There is a particular bridge, please, along Faringada Road. Bridge. Please, we are begging for that bridge to be fixed. We just needed to protective iron. It does not need more. Please, if that can be fixed, maybe by next week, we'll be very happy because maybe today usually fly that road. And that place is very dangerous.
All right, I think we lost that. There's a drop call already for Adeomi. We apologize. You might find a place where you can get stable network and call us back. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you for calling.
I'm Mr. Kapo from Utan.
All right, the man from Utan. Let's have you in seconds.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, go on, please.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So that's the issue by Adeleke. I want to plead that the government will look into it. It's very bad for us.
Okay, thank you.
Hello?
Yes. All right, it's like he's not getting me very clearly from where he's calling from. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Uncle.
Thank you so much for calling.
Morning, Mr. Good.
You're welcome.
I've been trying to get my minority from this.
It's okay. Let's have you in seconds.
Please, I want again to please, on behalf of the government, so that I do something about the linking to get this road.
Okay? Thank you.
Please, sir.
Thank you very much. All right. Okay, 070-3235-3315. I'm sure you would want to say something to the governor. Our commissioner is here, so why not? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, good morning.
Thank you for calling.
Hello, good morning, good morning.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, good morning. This is coming from India.
Okay, let's have you.
Commissioner.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, Kogi, I want to sincerely appreciate you for bringing such a wonderful consequential individual to this morning to approach the people and give us an opportunity of putting directly what our problems are.
Yes.
Especially in the tourism sector that we occupy. Because luckily, we have somebody like an administration occupying the tourism sector, which has been abandoned, especially by the previous government. Who actually, give a good way to the people working in that sector. Something especially having an administration and appealing the approach of the tourism sector in practice. So the question I want to ask this morning is this. There are workers in education myself who have complained bitterly about non-payment of their salary the monument for so many years now. And if you go to that particular hotel now, maybe I tend to be corrected, But they shut down for nothing less than 3 years. 3 years now, that invitation of has been shut down and not been functional. Please, can you be questioned as to what new innovations are going to bring to that hotel?
All right.
And how are you going to make the world come back in a taking them their standing debt and they can bring something new? Not even bring something new to that particular hotel.
All right.
And you can fix it as well. On the platform, sir. What new thing are you going to put into this, to be able to make that particular tourism? Because you talk about the aim of prestige and tourism.
Yes.
You have no tourism in the state. I wonder how people are going to come and see this thing, during the this by mistake. And all of this is not nothing to say for it, sir.
Thank you very much.
About all these potential tourism that you have in Plateau State, because if you look at some African countries, there are some of the countries that the GDP, that the tourism is contributing 30% of the GDP. In countries like Tanzania and Ethiopia and the rest of them, I don't know if these people have very fast in learning how to do with tourism.
Thank you so much.
This particular sector.
All right, thank you, Mr. Benedict. Thank you. Thank you. All right, we have this on Facebook, Nuhu Ibrahim. Thank you, Nuhu Ibrahim. We have Sabitu Habibu. Okay, we also have Fidela. Okay, hello, good morning.
Yes, hello.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you. You have a minute, please.
Yes.
Oh, mine.
Yes.
All right, well, for text messages, we have a lot here, and I doubt much if I'll be able to read all, because the commissioner will need to respond to some of these, and then his parting word as well. Let's just take this and we call it.
Hello, very good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for calling.
Thank you very much. This is the voice to say great coverage. I don't Antiba Solomon. I'm emanating from Angola.
The voice of Plateau emanating from Angola, Cuba, and spreading all over Nigeria. Please go on in 1 minute.
God bless you. The presenter will be.
Thank you, sir.
You're doing well, sir.
Thank you, sir.
It has been that the commissioner for information is here. I joined the program lately.
Yes, he is here. He's listening. Yes.
Thank you very much. I just want to say a little thing concerning the state. Honorable Commissioner, sir, I passed through the NYC camp in Mangu last 2 weeks ago. I saw that camp. It's looking very bushly, and in this period, urgent attention. Despite the fact that the government structure, but it is residing in the plateau. So I want the state government to create the state government. They should either focus there to at least to pay their attention to ensure the place is clean. Or if they think they cannot use it for the NYC camp, they can use it for at least the police barrack or mobile barrack. If it is insecurity, I think it will even help the residents there, and the challenge is there is that if they leave it like that, it will easily serve as a hiding out for the terrorists or criminals.
Yes.
Or they may easily vandalize the properties in that place. So I'm speaking for the indulgence of the government.
All right.
So let that be the way we are requesting. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Maybe a few of our text messages. Bulus Uhoman Esther in Farangela say good morning, Kubi, the professor, the barrister in the studio. May Allah reward you both for the great work you are doing out there, and may God help us in this country. Happy Jumat Mubarak to our Muslim faithful out there, and happy Sunday in advance. Thank you, Esther Bulus Uhoman in Farangela. And this one is Joseph Sani Zaruma from Farangela too. Good morning to you all in the radio station. Okay, studio. It is extremely sad that Nigerians would be celebrating economic hardship and insecurity on 1st October 2024. May God come to our aid in this country. Have a blissful day. Thank you. And I think this is the most we'll take, because the commissioner will have to say anything. I apologize. I will forward some of your text messages, if not all, to the commissioner so that he will do the needful. Commissioner, sir.
The conversation can continue via our Ministry of Information Facebook platform, Plateau State Ministry of Information.
Okay.
When everybody knows that the tourism sector is a money spinner if properly utilized. Yes, and our governor is aware of this fact, and we're working towards that. I had a lot of questions. The Plateau State Road Maintenance Agency, under the able leadership of Engineer Luka Davo, has a schedule for road maintenance. So I'm not qualified to declare intentions. Sometimes, even as a commissioner, I just find them making and preparing the roads. I remember the last time I was here, I didn't even know that Unity Junction was being fixed. So our callers called and said it's been fixed. So they have a timetable for all of this. And once we have funds, we are going to fix Plateau State. It's not something that you should praise us about. It is Plateau funds that we are using to fix Plateau. So the governor is very transparent, is very accountable, and is down to earth, and is ready to fix Plateau. And someone spoke about a bridge that has an issue.
Right? Have protectives to it.
Yes, right to either the Ministry of Works or Ministry of Housing and Urban Development.
Okay.
One of them could be responsible for that. You could fall within their purview. If you write for the two of them, you draw their attention to it. It will be great. But I'm going to draw their attention to it too. But you know, government works in black and white. So write it. If it is not written in literature, it does not exist.
Okay.
Then for hill station workers, we have noted that we will talk to the managers of salary managers of Plateau State so that we get the real picture of what is happening. You know, when you talk about 3 years, you know that we are just a year and above in office.
Yes, sure.
So maybe it is one of those issues. I heard somebody, I would have ignored it, speaking about BMW. If people don't want to be stupid, slow, simple, and irrational, there's no point for the governor to buy such a car. The car is owned by Governor Dauda Lawal of Zamfara State, who was an executive director in First Bank, who is a multi-billionaire before he became governor. The BMW that we have, Range Rover in the Plateau motorcade, was bought by His Excellency Simon Bakola Long. Do an integrity check, you will see. The governor drove in fairly used cars for a year before he got his own as a governor. So when people begin to say these things, it's baffling. And you know, in governance, there are a lot of things that you need. Most of when we came as commissioners, even when we were in court, even when we went to Supreme Court, we didn't have official cars. Even when we were in Supreme Court, you know, we got judgment on the 12th of January. As at that time, we didn't have official cars. All of us. So if there were somebody who would have been scared, maybe they will sack us. Let's hurry up and get our cars so that we go with it. But there was nothing like that. So we have a governor that understands these things. Then for temporary camp for the camp in Mangu, if you recall, you know why the camp was shifted to Wahi Foundation as a temporary site. And as we speak, we have a military police checkpoint there in the interim. Once a lot of things are fixed, once the security gives the right advice, it will be used. It will be put into use. As a government, we are thinking deep to see what we can use it for. And I want to say, are we ending?
Yes.
Oh wow!
Yes, it's already time. There's a lot actually, but then just
so for independence, somebody wrote. As a government, we also feel our people's pulses. We're not going to have the normal, usual parade that we have, but we're going to engage our people, our women, our youths, and our children. The invitation is going to be out very soon.
All right, thank you very much, Honorable Commissioner, for finding it worthy to be in the studio this morning and speak to Plateau people. And we look forward to having more and more of your presence in the studio. You've promised, and yes, you are keeping to your words, and thank you.
Thank you.
All right, dear listener and viewer, this is the much we'll be able to take.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead. How's your taxpayer mansion?